is Ben from AdMeld, and AdMeld is a basically publisher's side. There's better jargon for it. Advertising platform, and I'll let him roll it. And thank you.
Thank you, Spencer.
Yep.
It was very interesting to hear Shaka talk about Permuto. We help publishers connect with networks and other companies that are acquiring inventory very simply. So we are a demand-side platform. We were founded in 2007. We have an exclusive focus on premium publishers. We have 125 customers today, over 1,000 sites. We do clear 1 billion transactions daily, and we raised capital from Spark and Foundry. Optimizing inventory, obviously publishers have a vast array of inventory today that they don't necessarily know what to do with. Everyone wants to monetize every last impression, and they have to do it in a safe fashion, and they have to do it clearly. But in the past, it's been very, very difficult to do so. So with tens of billions or hundreds of billions of impressions, many, many go to waste. So what do you do with that discretionary ad inventory? Well, we provide a platform that allows the non-guaranteed inventory to be purchased in a real-time basis by ad networks, mostly companies like AdBright, Turn, Specific, Google, Microsoft, Collective, and they have the ability to utilize data layering in order to acquire that inventory and monetize it in the best way that they can. We streamline that process by plugging in all of the data and providing a real-time feed between the publisher and the network so they can appropriately value every impression on an impression-by-impression basis. So rather than actually show you, the slides, what I'd love to do is talk about both the way that we optimize and the clarity that we provide for publishers. So here we have De Telegraaf, the largest Dutch newspaper in the world, and we're providing with them a platform in which they can understand on every impression how much it's valued and from where. So obviously, De Telegraaf sells a huge amount of their inventory there in the Netherlands, but internationally, they were looking at other options for how to monetize. And so we provide them with connections to over 30 ad networks that look at their impressions and look at their audience and decide whether or not to buy. In the past, it's been difficult to look at this in a real-time basis. So we've provided a way in which one can go to the site, look at actually the banner, and then see exactly who paid for it and how much. So if you see here, you have a number of pieces of metadata that are in an overlay on top of every banner. So you can see the ID, but you can actually see the CPM that has been paid for that individual site and that individual banner. In addition, you could broadcast that information throughout your own organization or give feedback to those people who sold it for you. So here, we give the ability in one click to show that information to the salespeople, hey, why didn't you sell this ad? Or to the operations people, hey, there might be something wrong with this ad. It's part of creating that complete clarity with respect to the advertising, which is something that hasn't been there. You can also put the whole ad in context, and so you're not only seeing the ad, but also where it was, so you can broadcast that around. All of the metadata is available with it. And you can also do things like see what other ads are actually behind that particular ad tag. So this is a T-Mobile ad, but perhaps there's other things that Click District or are selling directly to that audience. And then finally, you can actually go directly in one click into the portal to change all of the advertising parameters that you need to. Additionally, we provide a dashboard that has all of the metrics around your uniques, the effective CPM, the revenue on a daily basis, revenue by network, revenue by ad size, everything that a publisher needs to understand how to monetize and how to understand what's happening within that inventory which they didn't sell directly.
let's go have a chat. I mean, as somebody who works, I work for Wired magazine, like some of you probably know, the issue of CPMs is always, we're always sitting there going, when are they going to, I mean, are you seeing any signs that their publisher side are getting, you can obviously boost a little bit. Are you merely stopping the descent, or are you actually pushing numbers up?
I think we're part of a change, right? Today, like the gentleman from Promudo is saying, we're moving from where there was just rate cards there was just rate cards and folks sold on a opaque basis. Now we're getting much, much more transparent on how we sell advertising. And so it's not just the display, but it's also the data behind who is the audience, what kind of intent did they have, how do you categorize exactly what's on the page. That also makes a difference into how the advertising sold.
And are the numbers, those CPMs, are they moving at all right now?
I think we've had a difficult year.
Okay.
I do think that we're coming back strong. So Q4 is looking very good for us and very good for the premium publishers that we're working with.
How do you bill? What's the revenue? I'm a publisher, what do I do with you?
We take a percentage of the revenue that comes through our platform.
What's billed?
Correct. So that percentage will range between 10 and 20% dependent on the additional services that publishers select.
And so now, are you, ad networks and you, the relationship is sometimes competitive, sometimes?
No, I think we have a partnership with our ad networks, with companies like Platform A, AOL Advertising, with Google, with Microsoft, with Collective. They look at us as a way to aggregate the audience and aggregate the inventory very simply for them to tap into and choose exactly which impression makes the most sense.
They're not trying to disintermediate you? Or?
Certainly not. I think we provide the same sort of efficiencies for the ad networks as we do for our premium publishers.
And video? Do you do video ads?
Not yet.
Not yet. Is that in the game?
Certainly. So at AOL, I spent a lot of time developing, with also my co-founder, the AOL video platform. And so it's something that we've definitely kept our eye on, and very impressed by the Uyala presentation, and definitely something we're looking into.
What's the special challenge of going to video?
So the standards, the advertising standards, are not yet fully baked. So as you saw, there's lots and lots of templates. Many people there's 5s, there's 15s, there's 30s, there's overlays that are in different parts. And so optimizing all of those different standards is still quite a challenge. But I think we're getting close.
Now, what about the problem? I mean, one of the things we're going to be hearing about is people trying to get away from one of the criticisms of the current online advertising industry is that everything is too standardized, and that we need to get away from the IAB boxes and get into crazy layering and all kinds of. What happened? How do you deal with that?
Well, I think sales of the future for Wired, for example, the sales VPs are going to be looking at those very integrated packages, those out-of-the-box thoughts.
Right.
But there's always going to be display that is standardized, that allows for that allows for networks, that allows for agencies to buy across 1,000 sites with an individual creative without having to traffic tag by tag.
And everybody's trying to solve the same problem of just massive inventory. Is that another thing? Is there an end in sight for that? I mean, or is inventory going to continue growing faster and CPM is going to keep on?
I think overall inventory will continue to grow at an increasing rate, but I think premium inventory from publishers that have very quality content will start to be pulled back. I think many will take ad units off their pages. I think that they will be very selective about who they sell, and we provide them with tools to give them a private marketplace, so to speak, to allow who they want, when they want, and at the prices they want.
So they can continue to sell their ads using your platform.
Absolutely.
And not lose control.
It's all about control.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And you guys are New York based, by the way. Yes. So, and you were co-founder, right? There's a CEO now.
There is Michael Barrett, ex-chief revenue officer for Fox, is our CEO, and I co-founded the company with CTO Brian Adams, who also came from AOL.
Which means you're one of my people I'm jealous of, people that get to be founders and then make someone else do the. do the dirty work. Okay?